Hey guys, it's Michaela Clark here with Brave Fitness. So yesterday I was asked the question about how I was able to succeed and be so successful in January. And when I was asked this question, I was really caught off guard because I really hadn't thought about how I was able to obtain my goal and actually surpass it. For those of you who don't know, my goal for January was to hit Success Club 5. So I had to get 2 coaches because I wasn't Emerald yet, and then I wanted to hit Success Club 5. I actually ended up going Emerald, and I ended up with 14 Success Club points. So, I mean, I really did way more than I'd actually originally planned. And so when I was asked that question, I decided that I probably should go to the drawing board and figure out how I'd done that, because I just had never really thought about it. I was too all caught up with being excited. So this is what I've come up with on how I was able to be so successful. The 3 vital steps were a huge part of my success. So in the past, I was doing 2 of the 3. I was being proof the product worked, and I was inviting. But my personal development, I was really struggling with. And so I kind of decided that I kept having a hard time finding a good time to do my personal development. So I found that the best time for me is right before I go to bed. Like, I lay down and my phone's sitting right next to me, and I just grab my phone and I have the Kindle app and I just read at least a chapter. If not more, because sometimes I get really excited. But I found out that if I end my day on a positive note, that in the morning I'm really actually a lot more positive. So that's one thing. And by doing that and by doing my personal development, I gained a lot more confidence. Like, I used to worry about things, and I used to get in my own way and get in my head, and I'd invite people and then I'd stress. And if they said no, I really took it personally. Because when I was little, even in high school, if someone called out my name, I got super embarrassed because I didn't want to be pointed out. So I just decided to get over that. Who cares? It's Facebook. It's not face-to-face. They say no, not that big of a deal. And you can't read people's emotions on Facebook. So even if you think that they're coming off a little snippy at you, they might not be. So that was really important, but I have to tell you what I think my number one reasoning behind why I was successful. This is just my takeaway from it. This is it. This is how I did it. I learned to stop judging people. And I know that sounds really silly and I'm really cliche, because I know we're told not to judge a book by a cover, but I figured out that's exactly what I was doing. I would go through my friends list and I would instantly judge people. If I should invite that person or not. I would say things like, oh, she's really struggling in her marriage right now. It's probably just not a good time, so I wouldn't invite her. Or, oh, she's going to school right now, so she's probably way too slammed to even do this. Just little silly things like that. Or, oh, she already knows a Beachbody coach. She's not going to join with me. So I just wouldn't invite them. But just because you know somebody on Facebook doesn't mean you know their financial situation or the struggles they face daily. So once I kind of had that aha moment, I stopped judging and I just started inviting. And I was able to see that my prejudgments had been so off base, terrible. People were proving me wrong. For example, I currently have a challenger who is going through a divorce and will be a single mom of 2. And I admit, I saw her name a lot and I thought she would be really good for it. But instantly I judged her and said, there's no way she can do it. Because she's going through a tough situation, whatever the justifications I had were. So with that said, how many of you are judging your potential challengers or coaches? Honestly, I do that all the time. So now, I'm super guilty of it. So don't be afraid to invite. Worst case scenario, they say no. But at least you know you did your part and you invited them and you asked them. And maybe it's exactly what they need to get them on track. This girl that's doing my boot camp, or the boot camp challenge, she is always writing me, thanking me for believing in her and she feels alone, and so she has me to lean on, and I think that's awesome. So with that said, don't judge a book by its cover and start inviting.